Welcome everybody, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We are live with the Arc of Wrestling podcast. Wrestlemania review. Wrestlemania 29 just ended about an hour ago, I guess. And we are doing our live recap over at lagspike.tv/Arc of Wrestling. Joining me today, I am your host, Greg. Joining me today, we have Joker.
Hello.
We have Mike.
Hello.
Jonesy.
Hello.
Strike.
No, go away.
Jimmy. Our guest for today, Trapcom.
What's up?
And the always welcomed Matt.
He's welcome.
Hello, I'm back.
He is back. Guys, we are very excited to do this podcast today. We are on the front page of lagspike.tv right now. Thank you guys for hosting our little event. We'll shout out to you guys over on that side. Yep, we are live. We're going to be doing this review. I say we start it now. No more anticipation going on. We start off with the pre-show match of the night right before the actual pay-per-view. We get the Intercontinental title match, The Miz versus the reigning champion, Wade Barrett. I actually got to miss this match. I did not have the pre-show running when I was at my friend's pad. But to the guys, nothing special. Miz did win. Special. Miz won the Intercontinental title from Wade Barrett. Surprising though. I was hoping that Wade Barrett was going to run a lot longer. Matt, because you are the Wade Barrett aficionado in this call right now, what do you think of Wade Barrett?
I think that this could be a move to make Barrett a main eventer. However, I still think that he's going to be in the mid-card for a while.
Not going to launch him there.
Miz, possibly win the title back.
Ooh. So you think they're going to continue on this feud?
I think that's what they're going to do because they're not smart enough to move him up to the mid-card yet. I mean, main card? Sorry, main event. Shit.
I would love to see a push probably somewhere around SummerSlam. Especially afterwards, going into probably even Survivor Series.
It's not like he doesn't deserve it, and it's not like he can't be a main eventer anyways. I mean, he's proved that he can.
I think
the talent.
He needs a solid feud right before he does it, though. He needs someone to kind of push him over that barrier before he ever moves anywhere further towards the championship.
God forbid it's Kofi Kingston.
Oh my God. Oh God. Let's not have another one of those feuds with Kofi. Because they're already trying to plan another Kofi run as him possibly being a heel. Oh yeah,
Kofi being a heel.
and I'd like to shout out to all the dirt sheets who called out for all these heel turns that happened tonight. When nothing happened tonight.
You should nail those ones, dirt sheets, like you always do.
I hate all of you equally.
Also, what happened was they scrapped the Tons of Funk versus Rhodes Scholars match.
I would have marked so hard if that was the real main event of WrestleMania. Just laughed so hard. And now for the main event, Funky's on a roll.
Oh my God! You would have left. You would have had that New York crowd just leaving with smiles on their faces.
They probably would have had more fun with the main event.
Strike, you're only saying that as a Brodus Clay fan.
He's a big Brodus Clay mark.
So, moving on to the actual show.
Well, like,
you're saying they wouldn't have had more fun with that match than our actual main event?
No, they wouldn't have.
If they weren't having any fun with the rest of the matches on this card, would you think they would have had a lot of fun with a shitty match like that?
Just something that isn't serious, something that isn't entirely predictable. I don't know.
All right, how about
it is entirely predictable. You know that Tons of Funk are going to win.
Oh, exactly. You think the Rhodes Scholars are actually going to win that match?
They probably have.
Cody Rhodes and Damian Sandow now.
I mean, they might have won via the Bella Twins, but I think they would have won.
I'm shaking my head no right now. you just can't see it.
You can't see me.
Okay, Cena.
Alright, let's start with the actual show for WrestleMania. We have The Shield versus Sheamus, Orton, and Big Show. When we first start, Sheamus was the first one to make his entrance. Honestly, from the beginning, I was quite excited when I saw Sheamus, Orton, and Big Show come down. They looked like a legitimate team ready to face Shield. But then going into the match, a lot of momentum just started to fall.
You know, when they said Orton was supposed to turn heel, they were teasing it because he was like overexcited. He came out, was clapping his hands and waving to the crowd. I was like, that's not Randy Orton.
Yeah.
There's something wrong with that.
So,
But yeah, he just looked way too excited.
what one of my main problems about this pay-per-view tonight was that there was a lot of wrapping up. It didn't feel like they were ever trying to push something for you to see what was going to happen next on Raw. A lot of things
I think
just
they did.
wrapped up. I mean,
With the Shield match, yeah.
the Shield with
Yeah,
the Shield winning, with Fandango winning, and with
Don't spoil the.
oh, well, okay,
The first match, god damn it, Greg.
we're already spoiling the fucking pay-per-view in the first place, so let's just be keen about
You
this.
ruin everything.
That's our show, folks.
But
We'll see you next week.
it felt like the pay-per-view was wrapping up more storylines than continuing. And which is smart because WrestleMania is one of those shows that is trying to close out an entire year of storylines to create something brand new. But none of the closing felt right. That's what I felt throughout a lot of the pay-per-view.
That's what I was saying earlier. It feels forced the whole way through.
It felt very forced, exactly. It didn't feel natural, especially in one of the matches that I think the only one that I could have enjoyed throughout the show was this opening match. I thought this opening match was actually pretty decent between the 6 guys.
Well, they're gonna continue the Big Show and probably Orton thing through Extreme Rules, but the Shield's probably gonna do something else.
Yeah.
The Shield's huh?
How long was this match? The first one?
It was about 10 minutes.
10
Yeah,
minutes?
10, 15 minutes. But yeah,
Pretty short.
they're probably gonna have. I'd like to see the Shield go after the tag belts now.
Well, what I'm thinking is going to happen is Big Show, Orton, and Sheamus are going to be feuding for a little bit to see who's going to be #1 contender for the World Heavyweight until after Extreme Rules, and then they're
As
going to.
the Swagger doesn't win the belt.
Honestly,
win the belt
if he didn't win it tonight, I don't see him winning Extreme Rules.
Well, sometimes if a champion retains at WrestleMania, they lose the next pay-per-view. Because when Miz beat Cena, he lost to Cena the next pay-per-view.
But in Del Rio's case, I think it's something completely different. I think they're trying to build Del Rio into something big, and I think the Orton feud is going to come after Extreme Rules, where it's going to be Orton versus Del Rio for the remainder of the summer.
Well, I don't see the Swagger Del Rio feud ending anytime soon.
Did you say the remainder of the summer?
Yeah, I think it's going to be Del Rio Orton for the remainder of the summer until SummerSlam.
Why not Del Rio Barrett?
Because I don't like what Matt said. I don't see him fighting for any mid-card position now, but probably later on in the year. It's something about just Wade Barrett and where he is right now. He needs to work with creative and get his name going so they could at least build him a decent feud before trying to move on. Because that's what he needs. He needs credibility right now.
I see Orton going against Sheamus. Show in the spring, and Sheamus in the summer. That's what I see.
Honestly, I don't even know what Sheamus is going to do. In the way I see it, I don't see Sheamus even like...
Mark Henry?
No, I don't see him facing Mark Henry. We'll get to the Mark Henry match, because I actually want to talk about that. Chris Jericho versus Fandango. Oh, no, wait. Was it Chris Jericho?
It was Mark Henry Ryback.
Okay, Mark Henry versus Ryback.
Oh.
What'd you guys think?
Before we get into the review, that match was the most boring, uninteresting, slowest paced match I've ever seen in my life.
What match?
And don't say the crowd was excited, because that crowd chanted boring the entire time.
There was a boring chant that started that I actually heard clearly.
Mark Henry Ryback. That match was boring.
That was the worst match of the night. I thought it was
Yeah.
Jericho Fandango.
You're an idiot. That match sucked. I'm sorry. It was garbage.
What the fuck are you talking about? That match was brilliant.
Kick him out. Kick all the members of that match out. That match was it just sucked. It was Goldberg Lesnar, like I predicted, except they started fighting right away.
It was awesome.
That match sucked.
I had
Especially the ending.
Fine,
That was the
fine.
I
best.
love the ending. The ending was
The ending was hilarious. I thought Mark Henry legitimately like crushed Ryback's skull.
I wish he was.
did.
Like you just saw the brain matter flowing out from under Mark Henry's stomach.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh. But yeah, that's my review of that match.
David,
Rip in peace, Ryback. Rip in
David
peace.
Rotunda in Twitch chat says R.I.P. Ryback died via chocolate drop.
He pretty much did.
God, what does this mean for
That's my
Ryback?
review.
What does this mean for Ryback?
Hopefully he gets fired.
Hopefully he... Well, they're going to continue that feud. I'm guessing they're going to continue that feud because,
Yeah.
Ryback's like, oh,
There's
I'm
no reason
Ryback.
for him not to continue the feud.
After that reaction that they got,
But I don't know. I wouldn't want to see the main card of another pay-per-view because that was just god-awful.
what I've noticed of Ryback is that while a lot of people feared that he was going to be something big, he's been losing all his biggest matches.
It's garbage.
Well,
He's-
he's been up against Punk, and then he was up against Cena, and then he was up against Shield. They were all people that were going to get pushed. So I mean,
He wasn't up against Cena.
in the Rumble,
Yeah, I don't count that because that wasn't a one-on.
match.
That wasn't a
there are
one-on-one.
people counting that as a loss for him.
Well, they're stupid because he didn't get his shoulders pinned to the mat,
He still got thrown over.
but he didn't get.
In
that's all
a
loss.
physical confrontation, Cena overpowered Ryback and threw him out of the ring to win the Royal Rumble. That, I think, is a defeat in some sort of fashion.
But a physical loss is where you get your shoulders pinned to the mat. That's what I'm counting.
But technically, he beat Ryback in order to win the Rumble.
And he beat 20
It's
other
like
guys to win the
it's
Rumble.
like if you have a singles match, but the way to win is over the top rope. You know,
Then
pinning-
you're personally lost.
pinning
Personally
can
get
be
defeated.
thrown over the top rope can equal pinning, if that's how you put it.
But to say that Cena personally defeated him, he beat
Why are
20
we dwelling
other
on
guys.
this?
Why are we doing this?
Oh.
Okay, let's.
We're
On this
talking
match
about
right
the
now,
worst
but-
match of the night.
I don't.
Oh, Fandango was the worst match.
Let's get Dan's opinion on this real quick.
It was a Ryback match. I wasn't really paying attention during that match because it was really slow at the beginning. I was watching it with a friend. We kind of just started fucking around on WWE 13 a little bit. And I only caught the finish when Mark Henry fell on him and pinned him. So I really
That's-
don't have an opinion on it, but from what I saw at the beginning, I didn't like it. It wasn't that long either, so...
Honestly, I was falling in and out of sleep during that match, and literally when I woke back up, I was like, "What the hell happened?" I just heard Mark Henry fall on top of someone, and then the match ended. So I was like, "Wait, what?"
According to Big Fish, the time for that match was 8 minutes.
Wow.
That was 8 minutes too many.
Yeah, it was 8 minutes too long. It should have been like 2.
Well,
I will say that they did exactly what they were setting out to do with that match, which was to shell shock Henry.
It was still boring.
That was the chocolate shock.
Yeah, it was a chocolate drop.
Yeah, but then he did it again the second time. But I mean, I saw so many people talking about, oh, he's not even going to be able to lift him up. He couldn't even lift up Paul Heyman. And some of you were like that too.
Well,
And
he
then he
did,
lifts him up with next
I
to
wasn't.
him.
I just didn't care.
he did a Samoan drop. He didn't do the shell shock.
No,
I just didn't think he was going to lift him
did-
up.
He did the suplex lift and everything.
He did the Samoan drop. It was a Samoan drop. The fall was a Samoan drop. But move on, Greg.
All right. Now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about Chris Jericho versus Fandango.
Fandango.
Dog.
In which,
Half the match, so.
here's the thing, really quickly, I would not
The
say,
match
I would not say this was a bad match. I thought it was a decent match. Just be the first showcase for Fandango. Well, I know they could have had a much better match. Is up to some debate, but I think they definitely could have.
I actually missed this match due to technical difficulties.
Didn't that match kind of end on a botch or something close to a botch?
It kind of did. Like, Jericho was going for a lion salt, but he missed it. He overshot it. And then he was going to go for the walls of Jericho, and then some shit happened, and it ended up with Fandango just going for a roll-up.
Because Big Fish and Jericho botched the lion salt.
Yeah. So
Fandango was too close to the ropes, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was a lot closer to the ropes than he should have. Which is, I mean,
Like,
it's a simple mistake, but oh well.
I thought it was an okay. I thought it was an okay match.
Yeah, but for the entire match to introduce Fandango to see where he went, I think it was pretty good showcasing at least his moveset. He could have.
It was good showcasing his bitches too long.
But it could have gone a little faster.
I was kind of happy to see Fandango win though.
The entire pace of the pay-per-view was slow.
The podcast.
It was okay. But it was slow. Every match had its just like these 10-minute slow, headlocks, and it's just you sit there and you're like, come on, let's do something. Let's get the pace going. But this match was, it had its moments where it was just kind of tedious going on, but at the end, I think, just for what it was supposed to accomplish, I think they aced it.
Psychosis still does the top roll they drop the best.
Who?
Chocolate.
Oh,
Psychosis.
Oh, yeah. All right,
I was waiting for somebody to go, who?
I thought you said Zach Gowen. I was like, all right.
No.
he dropped his leg off.
Just dropped from the top of the stairs.
I was like, oh, all right.
Yeah, that is. I
Zach
agree.
Rallo's going for it. He's throwing his leg off the top rope.
All right.
You want to contribute to this ignorance, Dan? Go ahead.
This
I
ignorance.
don't know, the finish to the match is kind of... I guess you could say Jericho saw the knees coming by the way he kind of saved himself by doing the walls, but yeah, I can see how you guys said that it was a botch. I didn't really see well because I was like, my stream was lagging a lot, so I only saw when he went for the walls at that part. It went from like Lionheart, skip, into walls. That's all I saw.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I think there was some miscommunication of what was happening at the end of that match. But yeah, I thought it was okay for what it was. What was next? Heavyweight championship or the tag team?
Tag team.
Let's tag team match. Team Hell No, the reigning champions versus Dolph Ziggler and Big E Langston. Another match that I think was super hyped going in. Ziggler kept on saying, I'm going to steal the show. I'm going to steal the show tonight. And I think he botched a couple things during that match. From what I can remember, but I'm trying to remember what he actually did. There were a couple times where he missed some moves that he was trying to pull. Yeah.
That one.
Biggie Langston was looking alright. And, Daniel Bryan and Kane look as good, but I think the match just fell flat. What'd you guys think?
I thought the match was okay. It wasn't incredible or amazing or anything, but it was all right.
I think the main focus of the match was Ziggler. I think people wanted to see what Ziggler was talking about this entire time, and
You know what?
I felt like throughout the entire match, that's all I was doing was staring at Ziggler to see what he would frickin' do, but nothing happened. I'm not sure if they wanted to capitalize on anything big. I think one of my...
You know what?
What?
Oh,
Go
sorry,
ahead, Jonesy.
I was gonna say it felt like a Raw match to me.
It felt like a Raw match.
Yeah.
That's what best way to put it. I mean, especially with Kane and Daniel Bryan actually retaining the titles. If they're going to actually do something with these guys, do something with these guys. They've been sitting at least on the sidelines for at least a month now since they pretty much ran out of things to write for with their anger management sort of thing going on. But if they're going to do something with these guys, do something, and not just drop the titles on Dolph Ziggler and Big E. What else is there to do?
They should have dropped the titles though.
Yeah.
They've had the belts
But
since Night of
not-
Champions.
Not to Ziggler and Big E Langston.
I'm glad they're still champions, but that's because I'm a Kane mark, though. So
Why-
you're not going to make me think any different.
Why shouldn't they have dropped the belts to Ziggler? If he would have cashed in, he could have been a dual champion.
No, no, but it wouldn't make sense for Ziggler to be a dual champion with Big E Langston. He should have a legitimate. He should be a tag. Like he should have a proper tag team partner, not an enforcer. If they're going to win the tag team titles.
Kind of like when Swagger was his partner.
Yeah.
That's
I
what
would
they
have
should
liked it.
done.
I would have liked it if Swagger and Ziggler won the tag team championships.
They had something there, but that would be failed to capitalize on anything.
Like when they had some great synergy, like when Swagger used to go for the wheelbarrow suplex, and then Ziggler hit the Fearmaster at the same time.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty awesome.
Well, if they would have won the belts tonight, they both would have been dual champions because Big E has the NXT title still.
But who gives a shit about NXT really, though?
I didn't even acknowledge it.
Well, if they are getting ready on it,
I-
I mean, if they're trying to introduce this soon, they just announced the facility opening up in June, and everything is moving forward. I would be surprised that they would bring the NXT title into some limelight just to hype up it going on TV soon.
I
I
don't know.
almost forgot that NXT existed until you mentioned that.
Well, it exists now. Get used to it.
Did
So
they even acknowledge Big E's run as the NXT champion? Have they?
They don't acknowledge it at all.
Or, like, not even the show? Wow.
No, they said this is the first time we've seen Big E in action when he was fighting with Dolph Ziggler against Kane and Bryan.
the only time
it's
they acknowledged it, I think, is when Seth Rollins came in as the Shield, because he was NXT champion during the time. They were
right,
like
right.
NXT champion Seth Rollins, or something to that extent. Yeah. How about the World Heavyweight Title match? Alberto Del Rio versus Jack Swagger. What'd you guys think of
You
this?
guys know that I'm a huge Jack Swagger fan.
Yeah.
I think I've already got the idea that you're a Swagger fan.
But like recently though, he's been nothing but perfect. Now he's got a decent mouthpiece in Zeb Coulter.
Oh,
Zeb Coulter does talk and Jack Swagger does the fight.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
perfect.
I think that's what WWE's missing nowadays. One of the key components into any superstar or managers. And Zeb Coulter was perfect fit right now for Swagger. Get him at least somewhere elevated for the next 2 years, possibly.
They didn't even show Swagger coming in with the...
Yeah, that was
Jobber entrance.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was
They
looking
were
for
like-
that.
at WrestleMania. The number one contender for the world title got a fucking jobber entrance.
Yeah. He came in a vehicle, didn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they had an
oh.
entire vehicle set up and everything, but
Some
Like
people were
the-
saying he probably got a DUI on the way.
Possession of weed in the glove box and everything.
Oh.
He's hiding in Zeb Coulter's jacket.
I could totally see Zeb Coulter passing, selling weed in the back. Helping R-Truth. Main buddy right there.
But yeah, it was like they
This
showed
was made in America.
they showed the video package, and then all of a sudden Swagger's in the ring. Like, what,
Yeah, that's what it
happened?
It's a waste of Jack Swagger's really, really fucking awesome theme song as well.
Yeah.
It wastes him getting that tricked out golf cart too, because they were like going on about that.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, Swagger's gonna have a nice entrance," and then he does nothing. And they're like, "Oh, Del Rio has a nice entrance," and he does nothing.
I was expecting Mary.
I- Mariachis and everything.
Yeah.
A pinata.
It just comes down in the middle of the ring.
Honestly, this was one of the matches I felt was super slow. These last 4 matches, honestly, all of them had their slow moments to where all they're doing is just kind of like sitting there, relaxing.
I really enjoyed the ankle lock and cross armbar transitions that they did.
That was,
I thought-
yeah, that was really interesting that they pulled off.
Huh.
But yeah, is that all you guys could say about this match?
Pretty much.
Very lackluster. Very lackluster. And I felt like these two could put on such a better show. I don't understand why they can't though. Doesn't make any sense.
Maybe it was just pressure.
But
It was WrestleMania.
I feel like these guys have had that opportunity before. They've been in that light before. They understand the circumstances.
I know, but they still generally fuck up though. Like Edge versus Del Rio last year. Well, what was it, 2011? Sorry, that wasn't the best match ever, was it? And Jack Swagger at WrestleMania in 2010 when he fucked up the fucking Money in the Bank briefcase. He couldn't. Like, it took like a minute to unlock it or something.
Yeah, I remember that. It took him a while, but you could kind of get used to it. I mean, that's the thing you have to overcome as a WWE superstar. Is getting that, that stage fright. Just like you're not supposed to have that. You're not supposed to have that as a WWE superstar. You're supposed to be able to have control over yourself. You could be calm. Like I remember Edge when he had his first WrestleMania moment, or not his first WrestleMania moment, but when he was going for the title. I think he was facing Taker. He was like, when I made my entrance, my arm went numb. Like I could feel it. I was so excited, but when I got in that ring, I snapped into business. I started doing what I'm supposed to do. I think if once you have control over that, you could easily succeed as someone big in the company.
That's my opinion.
All right, let's move on.
I thought it was a pretty solid match, and that's just my opinion, though.
Undertaker versus CM Punk, a match that I thought would have been second to last, not third to last.
I thought it was gonna be main event.
No,
Yeah, that's a bit ambitious, isn't it?
He wants to take it in the butt from Punk.
You're an idiot. Just like you suck off Ryback and Mark Henry on a weekly basis. You don't see me bringing that up every show.
All right, I want to hear.
Suck off Brodus Clay while you're at it.
Okay, I want to hear from each and every one of you what you
he
think.
didn't have a WrestleMania match.
Oh.
What did you guys think of Undertaker CM Punk?
I thought it was a 10 out of 10 match.
Really?
Awesome.
Yeah.
4 out of 5 stars. No Jappy, no Tokyo Dome.
Wow.
Get out, Meltzer.
Screw you, Meltzer.
I'll be completely honest, and this is just me saying what I saw. I didn't think it was that great.
What?
I feel like the interferences ruined it.
No. I didn't think the interferences ruined it. Honestly, Undertaker, okay, the match started out with Punk slapping Undertaker a couple times to piss him off. But I think Punk was going in there wanting the best out of Taker, because I heard some things that Taker wasn't really looking forward to this match, or he wasn't quite ready for it. I heard something to that extent that he just wasn't excited for this match. And so
he wasn't excited for the feud, how it was going in general.
Yeah, and same with Punk. And so I'm guessing Punk was slapping Undertaker to probably get some blood going, to get him ready for what they're about to do. But things, as the match progressed, and Taker was doing great. Taker was going super strong in there. He was looking all right, but he started slowing down a lot.
It's because of his age. You gotta take into account his age.
His age, yeah, and I understand that. But then you're also putting him against a young, guy who's been doing it just as, not saying just as long, but for a pretty damn long time. And Punk knows how to fucking wrestle. But when you have someone as fast as Punk go against someone who can't move as fast as he used to, Taker was looking winded near the last couple minutes of that match. His face was red. He looked done.
Well, at least he wasn't winded 10 minutes into the match like Rock is with all his matches.
Rock was winded on his way to the ring.
Undertaker looked.
Good.
Undertaker looked pretty good at the beginning of that match. He looked great. He was going in there strong. But as the match progressed, Undertaker looked like he was getting a lot worse. You see his body taking tolls and more. And Punk was slowing down. I felt Punk had a lot more energy than Undertaker at the end of the match. And I'm not saying that because I'm a big Punk guy. I'm saying what I saw. And what I
Oh,
saw
yeah,
was
that's what I
Punk
saw.
still looking for
Yeah,
more,
yeah, yeah.
and Undertaker just kind of falling back.
Well, like I said, it has to do with his
Yeah,
age
yeah.
and his injuries. So of course he's going to slow down.
Or it could be a mix of they just don't work well together, you know?
Oh my God.
The tombstones. Okay, someone mentioned in chat the tombstones. Every tombstone that Undertaker hit, absolutely amazing. I felt he was
No.
very fluent on
The
a
what?
lot of those.
No. The
Didn't he only
one,
hit two?
yeah, he hit two
No,
of them.
two.
The first one, where I have to transition to the go to sleep, from the go to sleep to the tombstone, that looks sloppy.
That looked a little, yeah, okay, that looks sloppy. But the last one
the
that he,
running one?
Yeah.
the last one that he hit was like, you know, he got Punk right into it and hit it. There was
Yeah,
like
the-
no
the
time
one
wasting.
The one where he bounced off the ropes, it looked like he caught him and then tried to catch his balance and hit at the same time.
Yeah.
That looks sloppy. But then you can't really blame him because momentum was carrying them, so it's not like they intentionally botched that on purpose.
Yeah.
And the table spot,
Okay.
The table spot was
Poor-
painful to watch.
Poor Punk.
The fucking Spanish announce table has fought back.
Spanish table's still a heel.
Poor Punk that he doesn't weigh as enough to break the table with the Undertaker on it.
well, apparently he timed his jump wrong.
He looked like he was off a little bit, but he could have, if he weighed just a little bit heavier, that table would have easily broke. Because he still
Well-
did land on the table. Hell,
Well,
like
I
he got his knee on top of the table, and he kind of fucked that up too.
Well, I noticed that like his left leg was like halfway on the metal part of the buckle.
Yeah, it looked like he kind of
So
hit it.
he didn't get his full weight off the jump, so that also accounted for it.
Yeah.
But everybody else should give their opinions. Go.
I liked it. That
I
was
like
good.
the match.
I thought it was probably one of the best matches of the night.
And I felt like it played exactly into some of my concerns about the match. Like-
go ahead,
like-
go ahead, finish it.
Oh, you can go, Jimmy.
No, go ahead. I'll wait.
It was just, you know, Taker sat there and fought Shawn Michaels twice. He fought Triple H a second time, and then he fought Triple H a third time with Shawn Michaels. And all those matches were like hardcore and stuff. And then you have CM Punk just losing like every important match on its way to the streak since the Royal Rumble.
Well, first off, the two Shawn Michaels matches were regular wrestling matches.
But he,
The
but he
the first match with Triple H was a street fight, and the second match was a Hell in a Cell, I believe.
yeah, but
Yeah.
Yeah, so they pretty much had to be hardcore matches.
yeah. And so you have him up against CM Punk, and it's like, all right, well, he went through hell with Triple H 2 years in a row. What can they do to make CM Punk look like he
No, no.
break the streak?
Here's the problem.
And so then they start playing off the urn, and it's like, okay, I can do this. Then they have Paul Bearer start running interference, and it's like, so he can't beat Undertaker by himself? He has to have Paul Heyman sitting there helping him? And I felt like that ruined the match a little bit for me.
Well, that's because Punk is a heel with a heel manager. Heel managers usually get involved.
Yeah, but this is a streak.
No. Here's the
Okay.
thing. Here's the thing.
So,
For-
Cowboy Bob Orton interfered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so did Whippleman in the Giant Gonzalez match.
The problem wasn't the build-up. The problem was that they did. The problem was that they didn't have any time. They pretty much.
They did have a really short amount of time.
They had a short amount of time. Taker wasted too much damn time deciding if he was going to wrestle or not. And then by the time that he decided, you only had about a month before the actual Mania. You should have had that figured out after Royal Rumble. You should have at least your top 5 matches solid after Rumble. You should have all your matches solid a month before Mania starts, at least. If you have that time to build up to build all your matches up from 3 months ago, then go ahead. But have all your matches done a month before Mania. Not 2 weeks, not a week, a month.
A month.
Because that's how you can have enough time to set up any of your undercard matches, make sure that they all make sense, and you could have it all played out and perfect. I think it because Vince McMahon is so afraid of the stories being leaked and things being changed, he has to change everything on a constant basis, so no one knows what's going to happen. I would rather have a more predictable product that makes sense and is really good than something that's very unpredictable and just you notice the constant changes in it. The always the tweaking and the constant just changing of the product because you don't want anything leaked. Yeah.
That's another thing that's noteworthy though, the entrances of the match. The entrances were perfect.
Yeah. The entrances were really good. Who is it? What Living Color was playing Punk's theme, yeah.
By the way, Living Color sucks live.
What
Well, it's
the
also,
fuck are you talking about?
it's also been 20
I
years
liked
since
it.
they did this.
Yeah, I thought it was great.
I thought that was alright.
It was better than fucking Motorhead. It's all about
It's all about the game and what we do.
I want some steak.
Taker's zombie. Good.
Yeah, the zombie entrance was great.
Taker's zombie entrance was great.
That was awesome.
Was it zombies? Or was it
No,
like
it was
Just
the
looked like
arms of
stealth.
hell.
No, I think it was like hell opening up and he was coming
yeah, that's
from
what I
it.
was thought of.
That's what I thought. I thought it was like
Like they were trying to pull him down.
like Hercules, where like all the ghosts start grabbing at.
Or like
people.
the mummy.
No, not the mummy.
Yeah, the mummy
Yeah,
had
the
that
mummy.
same scene.
Who gives a shit about the mummy?
The same
I
exact
like the
scene
mummy.
happened. You had people
The mummy
going
was
to
awful.
hell, sitting there trying to grab at him.
Yeah, I think a better example was Hercules.
I
Alright.
still want to take your
Well,
Super Shredder
My
jacket.
example's more relevant because that scene was in the one that The Rock was in. So
Also,
Well, what does The Rock have to do with The Undertaker and CM Punk?
because he was the Scorpion King in that
Oh,
Someone even mentioned the Scorpion King.
Scorpion King. Let's go.
that movie sucked.
It really did. Remember in The Mummy 2 when The Rock was actually half Scorpion?
Oh my god. Please don't remind me.
It was so
Please. I don't need bad memory flashbacks. Go ahead, Greg.
I have an interesting story about the Scorpion King, but it's probably not.
I'd rather not.
It's probably not age appropriate for the stream.
Oh my
That's
god.
PG.
I've been swearing the whole time he's talking about age appropriacy.
Well, it has something to do with tripping out on mushrooms, but
That's vintage, Greg.
but yeah.
Yeah, it is finished, Greg.
All right, let's go over Brock Lesnar versus Triple H. No holds barred match. Oh yeah, wait, we didn't even mention Undertaker's 21-0.
Do we need to mention that?
Not really, but who cares?
Undertaker wins, LOL. There you go, next match.
Okay, Brock Lesnar versus Triple H. No holds barred. This
I
was
love
not a no holds barred match. Point number one.
What I want to know is what was on his stomach.
Yeah, point number two. Who finished off on his stomach? I already made
Kind of weird.
It was
this.
just a lot of uncut cocaine.
I already made the theory that it was Kelly rubbing her pussy on Triple H's stomach for good luck.
Oh my god.
Ugh, Kelly, yeah.
Good luck.
I
Jesus.
bet she probably does have glow in the dark fucking pussy juice.
I bet you she stores. I bet you she stores all the superstars' pussy
in-
juice in her
Just
stomach.
infected with like 5 different types of disease.
Oh.
That's why it goes in the dark.
Is it that radioactive?
It's like Fallout.
Probably is.
It's just like Fallout.
She should come back with the hurricane as STD girl.
Oh, I hate you all so much.
Did anyone hear about that story when Dolph Ziggler was at a live? He was at like a live event and he had herpes on his lip.
Oh.
Wait, he had herpes on his lip?
Yeah, and the crowd was chanting, "You have herpes."
Oh.
Holy shit. Okay, we haven't talked
He probably
about
got pissed off about it as well.
Brock Lesnar versus Triple H yet.
But by the way, what,
We talked about the pussy juice on his chin and his stomach.
by the way, what was,
Whatever the hell.
by the way, who pinched Brock Lesnar's left nipple?
What?
Nobody
Giant
noticed that.
bruise on it.
All I saw was a Jimmy John's logo on his beanie.
Oh, I was talking about beanie. I was like, was he bleeding? Like what?
Okay, this could have been.
Nipple chafing.
Yeah.
This could have easily been a hardcore match. You could have just called this a hardcore match and no one would have known the difference. Pretty much.
Sorry, I have to cut you off there. It's Extreme Rules.
Extreme
Thank you.
Rules now. I'm sorry. This could have easily been an Extreme Rules match and no one would have known the difference.
Hardcore? What is that?
I don't understand
I don't know what
this.
hardcore means anymore.
I don't understand. That was
I
that was one of the most mediocre Extreme Rules matches I've ever seen.
Really, I really enjoyed it.
You mean you didn't like the shot Shawn Michaels took in the face?
How many freaking times? Okay, how long were they on the mat for when all they were doing were headlocks? Good 15 minutes of just fucking.
Oh no! Don't talk about headlocks until we get to the main event, alright?
Yeah, I concur.
You mean you didn't like Brock Lesnar's suplex clinic?
There was something that pissed me off more than. There was something more that.
Got Steiner in that match.
Yeah, he did.
Yes.
There's something that pissed me off more than the headlocks in the final match than anything else that's pissed me off throughout the entire pay-per-view.
Brock Lesnar's tribal scream.
Oh yeah.
He did that a lot.
Brock Lesnar's mating call. Every time Brock Lesnar makes that mating call, Sable fingers herself.
I thought this was a shit match. I had a friend over at my friend's pad who's not a big wrestling fan. He hasn't watched wrestling since, I think, 2003. And he watched the Triple H Brock Lesnar match because he's a big fan of Triple H and Brock Lesnar. And he thought that was a shit match. He was not...
I had a friend too.
He said that the entire match, like, he thought he was going to see some shit go down, and all you saw were a couple chair shots to the back and a pedigree on his top steel chair.
What about the suplex through the table?
Oh yeah, Spanish table finally broke.
Like the stiff
Honestly,
suplex through the table.
That spot wouldn't have happened if Punk would have actually destroyed the Spanish announce table during the Undertaker match.
It's like Brock went out there and went, son of a bitch, he didn't break this table? No, I got him.
I found that
I know,
match
but then,
enjoyable. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was going to say, and then he did like a fucking belly-to-belly suplex on the fucking runes of the table.
Yeah, his hit him to the floor. I was like, oh, he's trying to break his neck, confirmed.
It felt like
I'm sorry.
It felt like a very spotty match.
That's supposed to be. It's a no-holds-barred match.
But you would think if it was a no-holds-barred match, they would have done something actually crazy.
Like
Brock
what?
Lesnar
Like
a bit nuts.
Brawl on the bridge.
Exactly, that would have been sick.
Bridge.
Brawl on the bridge. That would have
We're
been.
not gonna climb up that.
That would have been amazing. I would want to have seen I would have rather seen a match on top of that bridge than in that ring.
Oh, that would have been
Brock
awesome.
Lesnar just F5s Triple H off the top of the bridge and starts clapping the World Trade Center beating his chest.
But
Shout, I am Bork.
Then he'd have to
climbs the Empire State Building and a little plane starts shooting at him.
Hey Dan,
He starts climbing at the top, but just snaps.
He'd have to go kidnap Stephanie and take her up with him.
Oh, God.
Have her over his shoulder.
play a little game of Mario.
Lesnar as King Kong or what?
Yeah, King Kong
Yeah,
reference.
King Kong.
Donkey Kong, yes.
Yeah, Donkey Kong, he's just throwing barrels.
Triple H
He's wearing a little tie that says BL on it.
Triple H had to jump over the barrels as he's running up the hill.
No, the hill was jumping over him, smashing him with a sledgehammer.
Oh,
No, he buries all of them.
oh, God. But so much for that Shawn Michaels heel turn that he said was going to happen.
Come on, do you believe in dirt cheats?
Be like, hey guys, Randy Orton's turning heel. LOL. Shawn Michaels is turning heel. LOL.
John Cena's turning heel. LOL.
LOL.
I want to give a big FU to the Lords of Pain comments because all of you are stupid. Thank you. Everybody who comments on Lords of Pain, you're fucking retarded.
All of the commenters on their sheets are retarded.
Oh, and fuck you, Bleacher Report.
Bleacher Report.
Let's see what Bleacher Report's doing right now.
Oh my God, Bleacher Report, 10 reasons why McDonald's is better than Burger King.
Bleacher Report, 10 reasons why we were dumber this week than we were last week.
Top 5 elbow pads in WWE today.
Oh my god. They would write
That
that.
sounds like they would surely do that. And they're the most hypocritical people as well. Like top reasons why Ryback sucks. And like next week's like top reasons why Ryback should be an event.
It's because they have like their wrestling writers are all like under the age of 18. I've come to the conclusion that's what it is.
But Mike, you were denied writing for them, right?
Yeah, because I made logical sense. What I wrote made logical sense. They don't like that.
I still want to read what you wrote. I want to read what you sent them. If you can send that to me.
I'll send the second thing I sent to you after the show.
All right.
I'll put it on the Tumblr.
Do that
My
shit.
reasons why Triple H's stomach comes. WWE's out
Oh.
of
Number 1, versatility.
Bleacher Report presents the 5 possible substances on Triple H's stomach.
Number 5.
It's being reported.
Honorable mentions.
Number 1, Shawn Michaels jizz.
Number 2, Miss McMahon's jizz. Number 3, Stephanie McMahon's jizz.
Number 4, Kelly septic splooge.
Number 5, China's jizz.
Oh.
No wonder it was glowing green. Oh god.
I honestly thought it was like uncut cocaine or something because he was like sniffing.
So, honorable. Go ahead.
I was gonna say when he was on the ropes, he was actually like rubbing it in and he sniffed it.
Oh, you forgot the honorable mention.
It's all
X-Pac.
the
You forgot the honorable mention. X-Pac's torn anus juice. Too soon.
If anybody can find me a picture of Xbox anus after that rip, please send it to @BarrettTunga, and you'll get a quick response.
I'll tell you, I'll be pretty butthurt about that. Oh!
All right, let's get back on track. Rock versus Cena for the WWE Championship. Final match of the night. A match that's been built up for the past 3 years. It's been 3 years.
Yes, you can. Go ahead.
Wrestlemania is coming through.
Oh, God.
It's coming home.
If your two main superstars need to do a counter to finish, to counter to finish, to counter to finish, to counter to finish, to counter, back and forth to get a pop from the crowd, they're doing something wrong. Because that's all what the fucking end of the match was a rock bottom to counter to attitude adjustment to a counter to a rock bottom. It was so fucking dumb.
But The Rock was winded like 10 minutes before the match even started. Like he came out carrying the belt and he was already breathing heavy. I was like, well, he's done.
Yeah.
This isn't gonna go well.
Greg, can I just say one thing?
Yes.
Fuck you, because Blake actually just sent me a picture of Goatsy there, so...
Yeah, like I haven't seen that 1,000 times.
That's funny. Okay, but
Although that's probably what it looks like.
another thing terrible about the match, when you have to copy the year before because you thought it was so good. They pretty much imitated at least 3 different spots that last year's had.
They didn't. they didn't do the 3 rock bottoms last year.
That's true. But they did everything else.
Did they do the mimicking
They didn't do a
finishers?
Hurricane Rana.
Yeah. They mimicked the
They did
finishers.
I kind of figured.
John Cena has like the worst Hurricane Rana ever.
Hurricane Rana sucks.
It's horrible.
Why is the Rock's sharpshooter so bad as well? It doesn't look like a hole that's really hard to apply.
It looks like it hurts him more than it hurts his opponent.
I prefer the Rock sharpshooter to John Cena's STF, where you see all the space
He
between
did
his.
a fucking cripple a crossface in that match though.
No, that crossface was horrible. That wasn't even a crossface. He just like hooked the arm and then put his elbow crease underneath the Rock's neck, and that was it. That wasn't even a crossface.
Glorified breast hold.
Yeah, that's what it was. I was like, you don't even have pressure on the man, and you're trying to make him tap out.
Did anyone count how many
Please
wrestles were in the
report
match?
it. Has the same exact hold.
Too many.
What'd you say? How many wrestling moves were counted?
No.
I was gonna say, because if you're counting wrestling moves, I can count maybe 3, and they're off from the match. They were off from the match before.
Even fucking Randy Orton was like, "Come on, guys, do a suplex or something."
Randy Orton was in the back clapping. 'Cause he still had.
So wait, is it true that Diddy got the date wrong for the first WrestleMania?
Yes, he said
Yeah.
1995.
Oh man, WWE has no luck with these fucking celebrities.
Because Diddy doesn't care. All he saw was money.
And they announced too that Diddy's like the international
coming
ambassador or
home.
some shit.
Coming
Going
home.
home.
Oh, I hate you both so much.
Tell the world that I'm going home.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So,
Stay home.
fellows,
Thanks,
fellows of the table, any other
Round table.
thoughts of The Rock versus John Cena? Dan, what'd you think?
I thought it was. I don't know. I thought it was boring, really boring until like the last part. It got kind of heated, but it was mostly just finisher counters, and that wasn't
It was
into
a
it.
giant tease for the heel turn, but it never happened.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
Cena's never turning heel.
okay. Here's the thing.
Bleacher Report's gonna do their.
While
Top 5 reasons Cena should turn heel.
he didn't turn heel.
while I
reasons why Cena teases turning heel.
well I don't think
It's
while I
like Rock.
Number 1, facial expressions.
Number 2, he did the people's elbow.
Number 3, he did the Rock Block.
Number 4, he got booed.
he got booed hard.
Celebrate at the end. He kind of just laughed.
And number 5, he was facing a face.
Brilliant pizza report. Brilliant. Go
But-
ahead, Greg.
Watch, they look at this fucking video and they've got their notepads and everything, just writing down all these ideas. Like, oh shit, guys, that's
Like,
good
yes,
ideas.
yes.
Better things to think of.
Submitting article tomorrow.
How many
Go ahead, Greg.
bombs did Cena kick out of? 3?
3.
3? Wow.
3 too many.
I stopped
3
counting.
too many, yeah.
When does a finisher start looking pathetic?
Do it non-
They use their finishers so many goddamn time in this match.
Just felt like I was watching a fucking Ring of Honor match.
Yes. That's the thing. All WWE marks go, oh, Ring of Honor has false finishes. It's not entertaining. But yet, all of your main event matches tonight, and all your main event matches on pay-per-view, have false finishes.
Oh.
It's like, there's like maybe 10 out of the 3 main events tonight.
Because false finishes get the crowd working.
It obviously didn't get the crowd working in the Rock match.
Because the crowd was already against the match to begin with. They weren't
Yeah,
gonna
he got
change.
down after.
They weren't gonna change no matter what happened.
Yeah.
Literally no one gave a shit about The Rock versus Cena.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I was telling everyone in the chat earlier, because my brother actually got tickets to WrestleMania. He was there today. He was basically telling me when the match started, a third of the crowd left. Like they literally left right when the match started, and then basically the rest of the time of the match, there's nothing but booing and boring. This is boring chants the whole time.
Yeah, I had a friend that went to, and they're saying that they were pretty much dead after the Punk Taker match. It was just not. They weren't that quiet, but they weren't also loud either.
And my brother was telling me like he should have left too because the traffic was a bitch afterwards.
It felt very jam packed at the end of the show. like I understand the like in recent years how they've booked the show, but when you throw Undertaker, Punk, Lesnar, Triple H, and Rock Cena in the last hour and probably hour and a half of the show, you're gonna be tired out after at least one match.
That's why they should have that tag match. God.
That's why they shouldn't have had the one match. They should have gotten rid of the Henry Ryback match and timed it better.
So guys, best match of the night: Rose Scholars, Bellas versus Team
Yes.
Funk in the Funk.
The true main event.
The true main event.
The epitome of WrestleMania.
Dude, it was like, as soon as the Lesnar Triple H match went off, and they started promoting, heavily promoting the WWE title match, I was like, watch, I'm calling it. The 8-man tag is going to be in the main event. And then it ended, and I was like, well, so much for that.
The 8-man.
What about Zack Ryder versus Catering? Know that one?
Catering went over.
You can't eat all that food.
Hello, Catering wins by submission.
I gotta tap out. I can't do it no more.
I lost on WrestleMania and all.
I can't eat it all.
I lost to a table. God damn it.
Alright, guys.
Yeah, WrestleMania.
It's time.
Push me into a table.
It's time. It's
Vader time?
It's
Vader time?
It's time to give points to what you think.
It is Vader time.
1 out of 10. Give me your final score for WrestleMania, starting with Joker.
2 out of 10.
2 out of 10. You get some of the most critical reviews out of anybody, Joker. Explain to me why you give it 2 out of 10.
The show
Pessimist.
The show completely sucked. All the matches except Undertaker and Triple H and Brock Undertaker and Punk and Triple H and Lesnar. Those were the only good matches. Everything else was boring. I just could not stand the freaking show. In fact, to me, it makes WrestleMania 11 look amazing.
Wow. WrestleMania 11 was a bad show.
Okay, it made that look like a good pay-per-view.
Was it better than WrestleMania 2000?
I've never seen that one, unfortunately.
Well, that pay-per-view had no singles matches, so take that for what it's worth.
Oh, that's the one that had a fatal 4-way as a main event.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So, I absolutely hated WrestleMania this year. I mean, the sad thing is I'm still gonna get it because I like getting WrestleManias on DVD. So, I'm gonna be really sad when I pay money to get that.
Well, luckily for me, I downloaded some. Haha.
It should come with tissues inside, so you can wipe away your tears.
Clean it.
Alright, Mike.
It should come with tissues so we can try and throw it at the screen so Triple H can use it. Oh.
Alright, Mike. Review. Score.
Tissues have Triple H's thumb on them.
7.5 out of 10. Best matches: Undertaker, Punk, Lesnar, Triple H, and the 6-man tag.
Alright.
The worst match is Rock Cena and Ryback Henry.
Alright. Strike.
I'd give it a 6. It just wasn't a good WrestleMania to me.
Favorite matches?
The favorite match would probably be Brock Lesnar and Triple H because, like I said, their interference has just kind of ruined it for me with the Taker Punk match. And my worst match would probably be Jericho and Fandango, just because I can't even remember it. I watched it, I can't even remember it.
There weren't a lot of memorable moments in that match.
It was like 2 minutes long.
No, it actually went it went good 6 minutes, I think.
According
6,
to
7.
the times that Brian posted, it went 9 minutes.
Yeah,
So
it must not have been 9 minutes.
well, they timed the actual matches, and it went
They padded it.
9 minutes and 10 seconds.
They padded it.
Alright.
They added on about 5 extra minutes.
Jimmy.
4 out of 10.
4 out of 10?
Yes.
Any reason why that low?
Well, considering half the match bored me to the point where half the pay-per-view bored me to the point where I want to sleep. It was very rushed, very bad overall. So I felt it didn't deserve even a 5. It deserved a 4.
All right. Favorite match?
Favorite match would have to be Punk and Undertaker. Worst match would have to be what is it called? The fucking Cena and Rock match. An honorable mention was the Jack Swagger match because I fell asleep throughout that entire match. Like I literally, it went on and I fell asleep, but I woke up right when the match ended. I was like, what the hell won?
All right. Jonesy.
6 out of 10.
6 out of 10.
Best match. I'd have to go Punk Taker. Worst.
Mute.
I agree, dog. What was the worst?
Come on, Jonesy.
I'm gonna go right back Henry match.
Right back, Henry.
Yeah, it was just boring.
All right. Ryan.
5.5 out of 10. No Jappy, no Tokyo Dome.
All right. Trapcom or Dan?
Yeah. I'm gonna say a 5 out of 10, and my favorite match was definitely Taker versus Punk, with I think Lesnar versus Triple H being the second. And worst match, I'm gonna have to say, I want to say Cena and Rock, even though it was up there, but I'm gonna say Ryback versus Mark Henry because it just felt too slow.
All
It did
right.
have a couple of unnecessary bear hug pauses.
There was a lot of holds throughout the entire match that lasted too long, or just a lot of, honestly, everybody on the pay-per-view tonight were loud. You saw a lot of them talking during the match.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, oh, there he is, like, talking right on camera. I'm like, come on. We're trying to hide that
Well,
shit.
you're gonna blame the good camera guys for that. You can't blame the wrestlers themselves.
If they do it too loud, then yeah, you can blame the wrestlers.
I saw,
If they're
what?
doing it at the right level.
Triple H was in the corner, and Lesnar was turning around, and Triple H just out of nowhere just started, like, waved him to come at him. And I'm like, just out in the open. I'm like, you could have just flicked your finger a little bit, and then you could have gone running, but I don't know, everybody looked loud and obvious tonight.
Well, it's WrestleMania. They didn't want to screw up.
Yeah, even though there was a couple botches tonight anyways.
It's your quote unquote year-ending show.
I thought I saw Orton look back before Seth Rollins got on the rope. Or was I thinking something else?
Matt,
Yeah.
score.
I would give it a 7.5 out of 10.
7.5 out of 10. What's your favorite match?
My favorite match was probably Triple H and Lesnar, and of course Punk and Undertaker.
All
My
right.
least favorite match was fucking Miz versus Barrett. That was a piece of shit. The Miz can fuck off and die.
You're just mad. You're just mad.
I've never liked the Miz, and now he. Okay, what sense does it make for a fucking reality TV star to be a bare knuckle boxer?
I don't know.
Matt,
To best bare knuckle boxer in combat.
It's the fact that he doesn't even make the what's it called? The figure
Show
4
it
look good.
He botches the fucking figure 4 all the time. It's disgusting.
oh, Matt, be glad that it was not Bo Dallas.
Okay, hey.
Do you want to
I don't want to talk about that.
Do you want to take him off?
I
Let's not
don't want to
mention
talk
that
about that.
painful memory. Let's not mention that painful memory.
I wonder what would have
Voted
happened
is the night.
if Bo Dallas took the title.
Bo Dallas actually got a push though.
If Bo Dallas actually got a push and
No,
not just buried.
Please just stop talking about Bo Dallas. I'd like to forget that. Thank you very much.
We're gonna get like an hour
Undertaker,
long.
Bo Dallas next year. Can't wait.
I'm gonna have an aneurysm soon.
We're gonna get like an hour long rant on why he hates Bo Dallas.
Yeah.
All right, we're not gonna mention him no more. Who's next?
I'd probably say like the reason that the Ryback's Henry match wasn't the worst for me was because of the shell shock. Just because.
But the fucking terrific ending made it good.
Yeah.
Just Mark Henry trust Ryback.
Just because I saw people going like, oh, you know, Paul Heyman and all that stuff, but he lifted him up without even any trouble. And I was like, wow, that's impressive. I thought he would have at least made it look like he was struggling, but no.
That's not kind of gay, bro.
All right, I'm giving Wrestle.
That's a little loud.
I'm giving.
Lifted him up.
I'm giving WrestleMania 5.5. I felt this was actually
5.5 out of 5.
honestly
5.5 out of 5.
this was not the best WrestleMania I've seen. Like, okay, this is I would rank this out of all the 29 WrestleManias, maybe fucking I don't know. It would be low on the list. It'd be in the 20s, definitely. Nothing special was about this entire pay-per-view. Because think about it, Taker Punk is going to end after this. There's not going to be anything else between these two. Lesnar Triple H, that's probably going to be done. We're probably not going to be I'm probably not going to see Ziggler, Big E, Langston do anything with the tag titles. Shield's going to move on with something else. Miz is Bear's probably not even going to go after the Intercontinental title. Sorry to say it, Matt, but I don't think that Barrett.
Well, I don't care. I would prefer him to go for a world title.
That's true. I would prefer him to go more with the world title, or
I wouldn't do it. I have to.
Or he just like bullhammers Antonio Cesaro and becomes the other mid-card champ.
Yeah, I had a question about the Money in the Bank actual briefcase. Does
What about it?
expire 1 year after getting it?
It expires at Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
Alright, 'cause I was
Or
wondering,
like he's still got another 2 months on it, but I don't think he's never going to cash it in. Just like
Well-
JT, he's never going to be fired.
Well, Money in the Bank's in July, so he's got a couple more months left.
After this WrestleMania, I think we might say goodbye to our best friend JTG.
No, JTG's never going to be fired. He's going to stay in WWE for the end.
He has something on this.
Creative is probably forgot he's even hired.
didn't that happen
Like,
to?
He's just gonna go home. He's still gonna get checks because they think he's still on the payroll. 10
Did-
years from now,
Like Office Space.
yeah,
That's
10 years from now, they're gonna go like, wait a minute, who's this? That's JTG.
That's what happened to
I
Amato.
thought we fired him 10 years ago. No.
That's what happened to Estrada. Wasn't Estrada on the roster for the longest time, and no one thought he was on the roster
I
anymore?
thought that was Funaki.
No, it was Estrada. Armando Alejandro Estrada.
Estrada.
I was like, I thought we thought we fired you.
Yeah, we thought we fired. No, they didn't even know that he was still part of the company. He was just kind of like out in the back. It's funny.
He had that one memorable match with Braden Walker. Never forget.
Yep. Or Ricky Cortez or whatever that dude's name was.
Braden Walker, best DVD ever.
Ortiz, that's
Yeah.
right. Ricky Ortiz. Never forget.
No one gives a shit about Ricky Ortiz.
Hey, a lot of people cared about
Fucking-
Ricky Ortiz,
this-
alright?
Okay,
Fucking ow.
I'll be completely honest. I thought Ricky Ortiz was going to be something special when he first debuted on ECW. I was like, oh, this guy could actually be pretty cool. And then he did nothing. Virtually, he did
I
nothing.
thought that about Yoshitatsu, but then he's never used ever.
No, I knew Yoshitatsu was going to fail just by being Japanese. Because there will never be a big Japanese star.
So Tensai was big for a couple of weeks.
No, I'm talking about like legit
he's not Japanese.
Japanese.
No, like
He's
a Japanese superstar though.
no one will be bigger than like Tajiri in the WWE. Like Tajiri's the highest you could be as a Japanese wrestler.
And that's a shame.
It is a shame. I think you could have an excellent Japanese wrestler and be over with the fans. but
Mordecai was awesome.
they need someone. They need someone like Okada or someone like that in New Japan.
Dude, they get to get that chubby chick that was on TNA, the Hamada, I think her name was.
Hamada's talented as fuck. First of all, she's not fat.
I said chubby.
No, she's not. She wasn't chubby either. She's had a little meat on her bones, but
She's little.
I think a little bit of meat on the bones constitutes as chubby.
nah. Chubby is when you start getting rolls. Like,
She had a little roll here and there.
did she? I don't remember any rolls.
I like rolls.
We lost Dan, by the way. Oh, he's gone.
Is he?
Yeah.
He has
All
to
right.
get up in 3 hours.
Well,
It's like,
we'll still plug his shit
What are you talking about?
later.
Oh, Dan left.
All right. Hall of Fame was yesterday. I'm not sure if there's much talk about it because it airs on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Except for Trish Stratus is pregnant. So I'd like to give a big fuck you for my week to the husband of Trish Stratus. Fuck you.
Dude, how
Fuck
old
you.
is Trish Stratus?
Are you gonna boo him off the stage again?
She's like 37, right?
She's in her late 30s, I think.
Yeah, doesn't some problems become a little more possible with the baby whenever, like, women get that old and have babies?
She's 37. It depends. Trish Stratus is really healthy, so I can't imagine anything going wrong.
Yeah, she does yoga and stuff.
Yeah, I can't imagine anything being wrong.
She's like the female DDP.
I guess, but that's a little cause for concern, I guess.
But
I don't know.
damn, she was hot tonight. Trish.
I would fuck her.
No. There was hesitation behind that, Matt. Can you please explain that?
He wants to visit.
I think it's the pregnancy thing that's a off button.
Okay, but before, I mean, you didn't know she was pregnant until she announced it. So what would your first initial reaction to Trish when you first saw her walk out?
I would fuck her.
All right.
Eat some Marines.
That's all I needed to
And,
know.
big shout out to Chev as well for saying yoga people must have kinky sex. They probably should.
Downward dog.
Oh, by the way, I got the 4-down results for the end of the season.
Yo, I sucked hard on. I sucked
I
hard.
don't do that.
You should start.
I got like 3 right.
Well, can I run these down real quick?
Yeah,
It's the end of the
sure.
season anyway. If you don't know, we do a 4-down protection game. You know, you should all do it at 4down.org/league/arc. It's for every pay-per-view, WWE and TNA.
TNA.
The link is below. If you want to scroll down on the live page, you can just click it. 4-down Arc League. Click! And then just send the invitation and Mike will accept it.
Yes, sir. Anyway, the final rankings for season 16. Well, season 1 for us. Greg with 341.
Fuck
Me
your
with
shit, niggas!
324.
Mind
What's
the
up?
racism, please. Greg.
God damn it, Greg.
Big Fish with 297.
I would have won if I hadn't joined in the middle of the season.
Jimmy with 262.
I would have won if I actually cared to do it.
Joker with 111. Well, because these guys didn't do it. Joker with 111 and Hunter with 100. So
Because Hunter didn't do shit.
the next season we'll start up with Extreme Rules.
Who won tonight's
Yay.
results?
What's that?
Who won tonight's results
For WWE?
for WrestleMania?
They don't give it for WrestleMania. They only give it for your league thing.
No, but everybody has a score for WrestleMania.
Well, let me
Yeah.
check the league. Let me check the league rankings. Shut up.
God damn, Mike!
Shut the fuck up.
Get
We
together.
are doing a podcast right now. I expect you to be prepared.
You shut your mouth.
As Mike slowly slows this entire podcast down.
I'm not slowing this down. You guys are.
How did everybody in chat right now over at twitch.tv, no, sorry, lagspike.tv/Arc of Wrestling enjoy WrestleMania? We will probably read some thoughts
Every time I go out.
and analyses.
What? What?
What?
on the stream.
So, someone got timed out in the chat. I'm not sure who though.
I'm not even on the Twitch page,
But
so
as
I have no idea how that happened.
I
Mike,
blame Jonesy.
Yeah.
Jonesy
Yeah,
too.
let's
I didn't buy
let's
them.
blame Jonesy too.
I blame Matt just because Matt doesn't.
What did I do? Just because I'm British. Oh, so this whole chestnut here. Just because I'm
Become a
British, I'm
mod.
being stereotyped again.
Pretty much. At least I'm not
Funny.
liar.
I love how you hesitated when you were trying to say stereotype.
Well, it could be worse, man. You could be black.
Aw.
Oh, that is true.
At least agree with me.
We had a lot of pay-per-views happen over the weekend. It was big wrestling weekend overall. Ring of Honor had their Supercard pay-per-view. Chikara had their thing, I think.
Yeah, they had a show last night.
Yeah.
I can't comment because I don't give a shit about the indies.
You should.
Who accepted freight trains and
Okay. I wanted.
I thought
I wanted.
the train was Tommy Dreamer.
I thought he was facing Kevin Steen.
Who?
Fright Train.
Freight train.
freight
What show was he
train?
on?
But I wanted to ask our lovely chatters. I want a GIF of Maria doing a 1 lap dance to Desmond Wolfe and 2 grinding Shelton Benjamin. I cannot find those GIFs, and I'm looking for them.
I want a gif of Mike Bennett super kicking Maria dead in the face off the apron.
I have that gift, but I'm
There
looking
you go.
for those other GIFs. If someone could provide them for me.
Because Mike Bennett,
Can we just get a gif of this Undertaker sit up?
because Mike Bennett legit kicked her in the face.
That was a sick kick. Like her head, like
he-
yeah, I know there's a picture, but I want a
Yeah, we have
GIF.
the picture of Shelton going, oh!
Put it in.
I've never heard of a picture going, huh?
Now you have.
Yeah, look at the picture I posted in the comments.
Oh, and RVD was at the Hall of Fame.
So,
Former
Hey, man, you
TNA.
wanna look at my arms?
Dude, RVD is gonna be awesome if he comes back.
What would he
I
do?
want him to have an
What would he
angle with
do?
Punk.
There's nothing for him to do.
Well, I mean,
I just want RVD to
well,
pull
let's
up.
think.
It's
If Triple
like,
H
what?
is, if Triple H is gonna be part-time, if Undertaker's gone for another year, if Brock Lesnar's only a special attraction, then you got Punk taking time off, you got other people doing everything else. You could just put RVD up there in the main event or mid-card and like move Barrett up or something. Like RVD can do anything.
Bring him back at Money in the Bank as a
He can
surprise
smoke
guest.
weed.
you did bring up an interesting point. A lot of people are going on breaks pretty much right now, so it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah.
Well, he
Well,
still
if
has
it-
that 90-day contract clause.
People.
Well, it's only been like
But
2 months since he left TNA.
Well, his contract officially expired like a few weeks ago.
He still has a month then, so basically he could come back for one of the pay-per-views.
All right,
Which is what
I think we should end this show.
We should.
We
All
should-
right,
What about Pop Flop and Bob?
I want to play Avatar Golf before I go to sleep.
all right. Pop, Flop, and Botch. Let's do this quickly. Joker, like always, start us off.
Okay. No pops. No, wait, no. Yes, I do have pops.
Just
Sorry.
come on, don't.
Okay.
Come on.
You fucking pessimist.
You got to speed this up.
talking
Don't-
funny to me.
So that Pop goes to the Undertaker versus Punk. It's a pretty good match. Flop goes to Cena and The Rock. That was a terrible match. And Botch goes to the rest of the pay-per-view. Bucket.
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 Bucket. Hashtag bucket.
All right, Mike,
Hashtag.
Pop, Flop, and Botch.
Pop, Undertaker Punk match, flop, the Mark Henry Ryback match, and the botch goes to the Rock Cena match.
The whole
All
match?
right.
Yes, the whole match sucked.
Jonesy.
Pop Punk Taker match. Flop. Probably the right back Henry match, and my flop goes to the Spanish announce table. Or my botch goes to the Spanish announce table.
All right. Big Fish.
Pop goes to Taker and Punk, and also to heel Spanish announcer table. That's the best table.
See.
Flop goes
He's
to.
yelling.
What the hell was that?
That was brilliant, whatever that was.
My flop goes to that noise. And my botch goes to the rest of the pay-per-view.
All right. Jimmy.
Off goes to the announcer table. That was the greatest thing ever. Flop to the pay-per-view. And botch to WWE in general.
All right. Strike.
I have 2 pops. One for the Undertaker sit-up, and the other for the shell shock.
Wait. What Undertaker sit up?
When
One
he,
where he set up
Like,
In the
Only
Anaconda
advice.
Vice.
Oh yeah.
when he did his signature sit-up, and he just stared straight into Punk's eyes. I'm still waiting on a gift for that.
I was like, oh my god, I'm so
There's
startled.
no gift thread on Woo yet.
But my flop goes to the fans because the fans were kind of
Terrible.
yeah, like they were loud and they were. I think I'm getting the point of what that one person was talking about, how the fans are kind of ruining the kind of ruining the shows. And my botch goes to Jonesy because he TO'd that poor man in the chat.
Yeah, well done, Jonesy, you piece of shit.
I
No,
did.
Honorable
I didn't do
mention for
anything. I don't know what happened.
hey, an honorable mention for the pop was the jizz on Triple H's chest.
It was me, Austin. It was me all along. No, not really.
Okay, you're weird. Shut up.
I know.
You are wrong.
All right.
Live by my weirdness.
Matt.
Okay, I've got 2 pops. One of them goes to the Spanish announce table. What a guy.
oh my god.
Zeb Coulter's facial hair. It's perfect as always.
Yeah.
My flop goes to fucking Miz. I hate the Miz so much.
Yeah.
Just die already. And
Oh.
my botch goes to Triple H's septic cum. That was all over his chest.
And you all talk about me telling Zack Ryder he should die.
So he should die. I agree with you.
Yeah, Zack Ryder should die, and so should the Miz for being a fucking prick.
I don't think but I don't think the Miz should die, but he should
he
at
should die.
least be stabbed up the asshole with a very sharp stick.
Why are you gay?
I'm not. That's, I didn't say
I should be the one sticking this.
Jonesy, you said that you like the creamy white stuff that comes out of Hunter's asshole, so you shouldn't be the one talking about who's gay in here.
I am so confused. What the hell are you talking about?
All right, and last and not least, I will do my pop flop and botch. My pop, I don't have a pop. Fuck pops. My flop goes to this entire pay-per-view and all the slow matches. Like I'm actually thinking of giving a better in-depth review a little bit later of the week, so I could get my thoughts written down and shit like that. So I may do that. And my botch goes to that botch in the tag team match with Ziggler. Come on, Ziggler, shape up.
I'd like to mention another pop as well. Can I mention another pop?
Oh yes, mention another pop.
Dr. Pepper, which was I was drinking the whole night.
Awesome. How you feeling, Matt?
Another pop, Mark Henry's chocolate drop.
Yes. Because I was in
Oh yeah,
amazing.
Mark Henry crushing Ryback's face. That was pretty brilliant.
All right,
I tend to agree with Chad. It was a little too safe of a pivot.
I think we're done. I think we finally did it. Yay! All right, guys. Thank you for joining us.
Our show, but it's okay.
Thank you for joining us for WrestleMania 29 review show. We love doing this every year now. This is one of our favorite shows to do. Like we always say, you can follow us on Twitter, twitter.com/arcofwrestling. Find our live stream over at lagspike.tv/arcofwrestling, or always just on twitch.tv/arcofwrestling. We got Blip running, hopefully, soon, like I've said in the past. Donation button is beep. Donation button is on our live page. If you do want to donate to us, that will help us save up for new capture cards for us, and
we need to buy some new Steam games.
Yeah.
Buy Age of Empires 2.
Yeah, I need to buy Age of Empires 2. So Ryan has someone to play with. So donate. It helps us out a lot.
Help to get me a new computer.
Exactly. It helps us. All the donations go straight to equipment to make the podcast sound better for you guys. So we got better quality, and so everything.
Get Joker hookers. Yeah.
Will make things better for you guys and better for us. So you can also follow Matt Barrett Tunga. Right, Matt.
Thank you for the plug.
You're welcome. And also follow Trapcom. I'll post his Twitter on the information.
Trapcom, right?
It's like at Trapcom _. Yeah. So yeah. Thank you for joining us. All the links will be below, and we will catch you next week on Monday. Right? Not this Monday. Well, it depends.
Not this Monday, next Monday.
Next Monday.
Can we have a good Monday show this week?
Oh, it depends.
Another one.
All right.
I want to do another one.
Thank you for joining us.
One show is enough.
And we will catch.
For a post show.
And we will catch. And we will catch you guys later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Follow me on Twitter.